is unlimited sick leave. Okay. Unlimited leave is attraction. Is it truly freedom or is it quite a performance test? Was a freedom, confusion, or suspicion? What was it for you? Great. Okay. So now let's talk about specifically about sick leave, basically, Bea, right? So you know what? When to give a context to our viewer also. So Bea, you know what? When I joined the company, now we do get 12 leaves where our casual and sick leaves are merged, right? So in a year used to get 12 leaves. And whether we are sick or whether we are anything that casual we want, we have only that 1 day per monthly, right? So at that time, and then our leadership changed, right? And then we got this unlimited leave because definitely we can't predict that for how much long you will be sick, right? And you know what? There are a lot of people that who definitely taken those, right? And we don't had that has those questions, right? But you know what? When we take, let's say, 15 days of a leave, people have a different mindset. Why this person is applying every day the sick leave? Because people might have a very different view. What happened to them? What's happening around this person, right? So you know what? Recently, I don't want to name that person. I talked to that person and said that, can you please tell me that what's happening with you and tell me what support do you really require from me? Okay. So then she opened up with me that this is what happening with me and this is what my doctor is advising. I say, instead of people guessing them that this is what goes on with this person, why don't you communicate it to the team? Because don't give the person the chance to think differently about it, I feel. Because I think when you really need that, and when you are planning for a longer leave, I think you need to communicate it differently, right?
Yes.
You need to be very open with your communication. This is what I'm dealing and this is why I'm taking it, right? So tell me that Bea, and you know what? Certain people can come to me and say, why this person is daily on the sick leave? Is it because that the leave is unlimited? You know, and that's so one other another contest, Bea. First, I want you to answer on this question. Do you think that people think sick leave differently, sick leave differently? And what would the team trust on it too? That what how HR can also deal with it, that when they are getting a question, why this person is on leave for 15 days on the sick leave and you approved it, why there is no communication going around? So what your views on it?
Well, just like what you said, it has to be something that, if it's a really serious situation, I would really communicate it. I would really encourage everyone to communicate any seriousness, especially when it's medical or mental. So we have, you know, it's only shows how the generosity of HR in your well-being is, they're really putting that into consideration, and um, you know, it's 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 just a matter of way of how you'd really convey that or communicate that. So I think that's all I can say about that. Like,
Right. And what we I think definitely again we are coming on the same side. Communication, right? And
it all kind of like boils down into that.
right.
Because
And definitely because communication is something very important. Okay, so we talk more about communication. Let's talk about you. Okay. So tell me that Bea, have you ever taken a sick leave, like, right, for emotional burnout or a mental health? And did you feel comfortable doing that? And if you yes, then what advice would you give to the people who are watching us?
yeah, so very very sensitive topic. There are times, of course, when you have those days. I did have those days when I feel like even if I push myself so hard to start working, but especially our jobs require mental, we need to mentally work on it. We're working with our computers. And there are really days when, I have to say, I need to take, a sick day off, and you have to be right with yourself and your heart if you really feel like sick, because sickness comes in different ways.
Right.
So yeah, that's one thing. And yes, I have done that. I have did a leave wherein I am not physically but mentally sick. So
Right.
yeah, or just really just exhausted from whatever, life or something like that. So
Definitely. That's how the personal feeling that you might have. Right?
mhm.
Cool. Okay, so the next question, Bea, for you is that what makes someone feel like they are allowed to rest without guilt in today's hustle culture?
Yes, this is really um this is something, that is, again, we're talking about all of these invisible um, pressures, or things that we are thinking about, like the elephant in the room about being guilty and all that. um just like what my chief of staff told me before, everything is gonna run
Right.
if you're out. So don't have that burden on yourself. I didn't. When he told me that, I was okay. I have to leave work behind and just enjoy myself. To take the leave, or take rest, or the vacation, which is
Right. Okay, that's wonderful, Bea. So tell me that now I'm going to the another perspective for yours that how we can change the things around us. Okay,
Mhm.
tell me that if you could redesign how we talk about the sick leave, right, or the model of a sick leave that we implemented,
Mhm.
especially when we talk about the unlimited leave, what would you change? What do you want to change?
Well, I think, if in the context of being sick, it is very important, for the employees, because um, being sick is unpredictable,
Right.
and you don't know how much sickness you will have in a whole year, or even if we're not wishing it, but if you have like some terminal something that might happen in your life, and you don't have that as a backup. So are you just gonna get fired at your job because you got sick? I think that's a discriminatory way to fire people, right? So it's there for a reason. And I think it's a really good step, for a company. We're not, this is also, I'm not saying this about Nirogam because it sounds good, but um, it also makes a company showing themselves as they really care for the people. It's not just about the profits, but people are the ones working for the profits. So take care of them, I guess.
Right, right. But just to add one of the data perspective on it. So you know what, Bea, that what are the model of the sick leave is like that. If I have to change something right today, so you know what, we do have a data right in a
Yes.
company. So there are some HRs that who really talk about that. Oh, this person has taken this much of sick leave. Oh, this person has like. But if I want to change, right? I really want to change it. See, I will take out the data that who has taken a more sick leave, and I will personally go and talk to that person that what's going on. And I think recently I did it with the one person that what's going on, because sometimes
Mm-hmm.
it's not always that the person is pretending that the person that I'm sick. There is something realness that might the person is dealing with something, right? uh,
Mm-hmm.
so I feel that it's better to look onto your data that who is taking more sick leaves, right? and have a very healthy conversation around it.
Yeah.
I think this is the one change that we need. That even why people, even if, let's say, casual leave, trips, we are planning, traveling, and everything.
I think
Sometimes,
I
you know
lost
what?
you again.
Sometimes I also feel that this is the one thing that we can change about the sick leaves and all of the leaves. If let's say the person is taking lot of leaves according to their reason is stated that the personal leaves, right? Something's going on with the mental breakdown. We need to make one model or one change that we need to talk. Let's talk over something and let's build a very safer and a supportive culture for them. I think this is the one thing that we can also, to add on your perspective, we can change about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now tell me that how do we create a culture uh, like where the managers and HR make sure that people don't feel that they have to earn their rest, right? Because definitely there are a lot of manager and HR says, oh, we do have some of the model like if you work for certain days, you will get one. So how do you feel about it, Bea, and what your views are?
That rest is not earned, or they don't feel like they earn the
Right,
rest. Yeah, because sometimes with our hustle culture again, it's happening, like just work, 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 things like that. Be productive every day. um Again, that reassurance that these are you know given for your benefit, and to be able to really recuperate. It's much healthier for that person to take rest, instead of pushing themselves hard into a breaking point wherein they really need to actually get longer rest. So, I think, um, um, having that as a culture, as an open communication, I would say.
yes, I think that's really needed. Again, we are coming to the communication, but
I know.
that's really needed. I think I feel that we must have those, right? Okay,
Yeah, and you as the HR, I think you're the person who has been talking to the employees, right? So again, that you know, um, nothing is gonna get solved or even have clarity if you don't
right.
talk about this. Yeah.
Okay. Times, okay. Or you might not have faced, but might have heard from your colleagues and the friend, right? So tell me
Mm.
that how do we create a culture where people don't feel they need to look sick enough to justify the time there? Have you ever done that also in your career?
Um, Maybe, I think I can recall sometimes when I feel like I just cannot work today. So what
Right,
should I do? Right?
right,
So should I force myself, get paid and really not do the job?
right,
Especially working online, it's very kind of like um, you know, it's in reality, you don't know if your employees are being productive, while they're working online, but the job gets done. So yes, sometimes I do feel that, and sometimes I'm like, no, I cannot work today. Um, so um, what was the question again? To not look at that they're sick enough.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Well, again, it's gonna be a decision for them. Do you just want to a principle. This is a check-in principle.
Mhm.
Like, do you want to pretend that you're sick, that you're just pretending to be sick, or you just want to be honest with yourself, like, I can't really work today, so I am gonna put in a sick leave.
I think one thing also this got me thinking that companies should stop penalizing the employee that if they don't want to work today. That's okay. If you don't want to work today, don't work. I feel that. And that shouldn't be. Definitely that's employed shouldn't make this like a habit. But you don't want to work, don't work, man. What's the big deal? Do your work sometimes later. So, personally, I feel like when I don't want to work, I do have that flexibility. I'll not work. I'll work in my zone when I'm ready to do that, right? And you know what? When this the question that when I was asking you that how to pretend sick and like that, I used to do it in my childhood when I don't want to go to school.
That's cool. Yeah.
I feel
I think we're
my
all guilty with
yeah,
that.
and I said to my mom, Mama, my stomach is really hurting today, bad. I don't want to go.
Yeah. I think
And
we learned that early on in
yeah,
our
we learned
childhood.
that early on, and I saw a lot of people doing that in corporates too. The same thing. Oh, I'm not feeling good. I don't want to go today. I'm going to give a like a reason for it. Okay, today this happening with me, and then like that. So I think we need to, if your culture is like that, if your culture is like being honest, be communicative now, then definitely, Bea, the one thing is that now you will not pretend yourself.
Mm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know that your company is there. And if let's say that today I'm just going to tell the colleague, I'm not in the mood to work today, I'm going to apply for the leave. I think nobody will stop me today.
Yeah.
Nobody will stop me today. And
I think really when it's available for you, you should take it, responsibly. Yeah.
right. Yeah, that's the beautiful way to, as we are wrapping up the session. So I think responsibility, when you are very responsibly taking your leave now, I think companies shouldn't have a problem with you. And I think major step that a company can do is take one thing, that trust your employees. When you start trusting your employees with the leaves now, they will start using it responsibly, and they will start showing up, and they will start also communicating, I think. So first
Yeah.
step has to be always from the company side. If you are making a benefit of it, then you give, right? You give them a right to use it like that, right?
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah.
So, Bea, with that, thank you for bringing up your honesty and your reflection, right? And also a lot of HR rebel question conversation we had today. Any final word to our listener?
Yeah, I really enjoy the conversations. These are things that not everyone is really talking about because they have to sound professional, or like these invisible conversations that we actually need to have, and we have to actually, as your listeners could be HR professionals also, to um, get out of the box, and like human to human, I would say, conversations. Yeah.
Right. That's wonderful, I think. And I also able to clear up my mind that no, unlimited sick leave is not a trap. Unlimited leaves are not a trap. I think we both have to play an equal role there. Company, as a company, we have to set up some ground. As an employee, we have to also talk, right? So I think both has an equal role in it. If company is giving you a benefit, it doesn't mean that they are making you and trapping you somewhere, and they might have a hidden. Sometimes talk openly that what do you think about it. I feel that conversation is the key role here, and also the second thing is that we talked about responsibility of, like, how
Mm.
responsibility you are taking. So, with that, to everyone listening here, yes, unlimited sick leave can sound like a marketing flow. That yes, my company is really cared for me, but it doesn't have to be, right. At its heart, it's not about the policy, but it's all about the trust, right? And here is the thing, policy is just a word. You, the culture, the conversation, and the choices you make, that's what gives it a meaning. Because so don't wait for someone to approve your rest. You are human being, not a machine. So with that note, I'm ending this today's session. See you next time on HR Unscripted. And me and we are signing off today. Bye everybody. And if you like our podcast, please hit the like button, share and subscribe. See you.